It's Universal's newest hotel, Helios Grand, which is located inside of Epic Universe, worth $600 a night. I'm gonna go find out. Right when you walk in on the left-hand side, this is where bellhop is, services, and on the right-hand side is where you check in. And then to your right, you have the Aurora Market, and that's your quick service grab-and-go options. You have the Universal store. It doesn't look like it's open, so it is 6:45 in the morning, so we are here very early. It's not yet open. And then you have on the floor Taverna, which is another restaurant here that serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Of course, you're here to see the grand beauty right out front here, Epic Universe. I could just sit here all day and just look out. We have things to explore, parks to go to, rooms to see, pools to adventure. Let's go take a look at the Flora Taverna menu. So they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner here. This is the only restaurant that I will not be going to this weekend, but they have a variety of options, and they have more of a Greek Mediterranean style food. You can definitely tell in the menu for lunch and dinner. There's a good amount of options. It's gorgeous. Look at these flowers. We will be stopping at Aurora Market the next 2 days. So, let's see. I'm assuming it's going to be just little quick grab and goes like a Starbucks that's not Starbucks. Looks like you have some sandwiches and some pastries. Those pastries look pretty good. Variety of little grab and go options. Looks like you have a wrap and sandwiches and salads for food, along with some snacks like pickles and the go-go squeezes, and then of course a variety of drinks, alcoholic and not. And you have Coca-Cola Freestyle, some chips, and some more snacks. Okay, so as you exit the hotel, the bus loop area, where you will take transportation to City Walk. I'm going to time it to see how long it takes me to get to City Walk and back from City Walk, just so we know how much to allocate when we want to go to the other parks. Obviously, Epic is right in our backyard, but it's when you do have to take a bus. You cannot walk to City Walk or Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios Florida. So the buses should come every 20 minutes. I'm hoping we don't wait that long, especially in the morning. I'm hoping it comes just a little bit more frequent. But let's time it. So it's 6:53 a.m. right now. Just got here. We'll see how long it takes to get to the bus, and then of course on the bus to City Walk. On the bus at 7:15. Got to the bus stop at 6:53. So 22 minutes waiting. I would make sure you factor in a good amount of time. You can see the Burning Blade Tavern on fire. That's amazing. 44 minutes and we've made it to City Walk. So if you are trying to go to early entry and get there 30 minutes before early entry starts at 8, do not get at the bus stop at Helios Grand at 7:53. Get there 7:30. Had a lovely morning and early afternoon at Islands of Adventure. So for Grand Helios, you're not going to go down the normal bus area. You're going to be going to the left-hand side after you get down the escalators. 12:12, so let's time it on the way back. What's a great feature about the Universal hotels? They have this chat feature where you can text them at any given time throughout the day and they'll answer any of your questions instead of having to go down to the lobby or call to the front desk. So I'm gonna text them, what time does the security open for the dedicated entrance to Epic Universe tomorrow. bus has arrived back for Helios Grand. What's interesting is that this is a Mears Connect bus, not a normal Universal bus like that one that just left. And Mears is like a third party that Disney uses and a few other theme parks use. So I'm surprised that they're using this for the Helios Hotel. I don't know if they're just having issues because it's so new, but I am surprised by that. I'm not mad at it because the seats are nice. It's a charter bus versus like a normal bus, but it's interesting. Got back to me just 4 minutes later saying that the entrance opens at the early park admission, which is at 8 a.m. So it's great. It's a really nice park. Okay, just got back to the hotel and that was a 30 minutes from start to finish when we got to City Walk. So better than 45 this morning, but still feels like we're just separated from City Walk and the rest of the theme parks. Okay, on to the next. Let's go see what we can find. I don't think our room is ready still yet. So maybe we'll hit the pool, get some lunch, check out the rest of the hotel offerings. Okay, now that we're back, let's actually go outside and take a closer look at the theme park that we've been going to tomorrow. So excited. Even the music sounds incredible. Being so close, it's still yet so far away. That is a great perk of this hotel. I mean, not just the proximity and the dedicated entrance, but just you feel like you're in the park even if you're not in the park. So it still feels incredible and immersive, and I just love it. Okay, so right off the lobby earlier, it was closed, but it is now open. So let's go take a peek and see what they're offering here to see if you can find what you're looking for before going actually into the park. So you have some ears. Very heavy Super Nintendo driven. And you have some normal things like bathing suits and flip-flops for the pool. This is cute. A few things from Isle of Burke. Not a ton, but enough if you weren't very specific on what item you're looking for. And then the general Epic Universe gear. I will be purchasing this shirt, which is great because then I can wear it to the theme park either tomorrow or the next day, and I'll have to get it at the theme park, which I do appreciate. Just a little bit of Harry Potter merch, again, not a ton. You can get some wands here, which is really cool. And this looks like the Generation 2 wands. And then some Dark Universe. And of course you have your normal things like aspirin, Advil, sunscreen, all the stuff that you might need that you might have forgotten at home. Yeah. Small store, but I think, again, if you're not specific at a certain item, you might be able to find everything you need here before having to go into the park. And then off the side, you have that security entrance right there, right by the store. ATM, restrooms, and then you have the game room. Take a look. Few options. Looks like a smaller arcade. Yeah. A few claw machines that were the bane of my existence growing up, and I never won anything. Yes, super small in here. I feel like some of the other hotels might have a bigger one, but if you really need to get your fix in, you definitely can here. And then across from here, you have your business center, and then you also have the fitness center. What I'm really excited about is we're going to check out the pool. So the pool is a true resort style pool. It has cabanas, you can see, zero entry way, and you can order food in your chair. I feel like some people might not like the fact that you can see show buildings right as you're sitting out by the pool, but I don't know, for me it doesn't bother me because I know we're next to a park, so it's without saying that you're gonna have to have that somewhere and you can't just escape that, because we're right next to Epic. So I understand it. You can't really get around it. Looks like some bocce ball here. And the pool hours are from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. Hello, thank you. They do have life vests for kids if you need that. And up in the topper area, you do have some games. So you can connect 4 and ping pong. They also have tons of seating. It is not very busy by the pool. As you can see, there's not many people in it, but even if it is a busy day, I don't think you have to worry about getting here super early to get a spot. I think you'll be able to find one pretty easily. It looks like they have a good amount of cabanas. I see at least 18. So again, if you're interested in that, you should have an easy-ish time in booking one, but I would probably book them in advance. Taking a look at the Lotus Lagoon menu here. So that is Lotus Lagoon in front of us, but they do have menus on all of them.
Your kids' activity for today. Our very first game is going to be Universal Movie Trivia for a chance to win a complimentary drink. If you'd like to participate, please come meet me now where I'm standing at right next to the Lotus Lagoon. We'll get started. While I wait for people to join us, I'm going to explain what we offer in our pool service. In our pool service, we have complimentary water to stay hydrated, and we do also have complimentary sunscreen so you don't get burned. We do also have Lotus Lagoon servers walking around that pool deck, taking your order straight to your seat.
Okay, now looking at the menu here, variety of options, anything from a Paloma to a vodka sour, tequila smash. You have your typical frozen cocktails, think like your pina coladas and daiquiris, beer, wine. And then I do have some food here. We will be getting lunch a little bit later, so check out some of the options here. But again, Mediterranean style food. So you have Greek salads, beef kebabs, chicken kebabs, gyros. A lot of great options. They also came around and gave us some frozen grapes. Picked up 2 drinks and 2 entrees for lunch. For drinks, we ordered the Wild Berry Sour, which is Grey Goose vodka, lemon sour, passion fruit, blackberries, and club soda, and the Light and Stormy, which is Hendrick's gin, peach syrup, lemon juice, and ginger beer. Both were just okay in my opinion and very weak on the alcohol pour. The Wild Berry Sour had way too much muddled fruit. I mean, I couldn't even take a sip without chewing and eating fruit. And I only tasted the blackberries, so no lemon or passion fruit. And the Light and Stormy, I'd say was better, more sour and gingery, but again, just fine. The food, however, very tasty. Even though they're just basic pool items, they have an elevated twist. And we got the Goddess Burger, which is a double stack black Angus beef patty, herb mayo, cheddar, caramelized onion, tomato, lettuce, bacon, and the chicken avocado wrap with fresh pita, hummus, tomato, lettuce, and a lemon vinaigrette. Both of these were made really well, and I would order both of these again. And the regular and sweet potato fries are both yummy and crunchy. Back at Flora Taverna, taking a look at the lunch and dinner menu. So as you can see, it has a lot more Mediterranean inspiration for the later menus. Now you don't have to be staying here to be able to enjoy parking for Flora Taverna. You just have to be able to spend $75 here or $50 at Bar Helios, the rooftop bar that we're going to later, and you get 4 hours of complimentary parking. Otherwise, you're spending $125 for parking if you're not a guest at this hotel. Yowza. And I think that's to prevent people from parking here and then going to Epic Universe and using the dedicated entrance. And parking for resort guests is $35. Much more reasonable. You do use the early entry dedicated entrance for this resort. It is right here, and you can follow that path from here and go along. You're gonna go across the bridge and then through into the park. So apparently every floor has the same exact artwork, but different colors. So if you go to one of the lower floors, you're gonna have a lighter color to start and represent the beginning of the day. And then as you get up towards the rooftop, you're gonna have really dark blues and blacks and grays to represent the nighttime. And we're on the 8th floor, and that's why you're seeing this medium to darker blue, which I think is a really cool touch. I know I'm biased because I'm on this floor, and this is the floor I just had. I didn't get to choose it, but I kind of like the colors best. All the ones I've seen. Maybe the details and the thoughtfulness of this. Like, most people would have no idea this existed, and like, it doesn't dictate whether I think you should get this hotel or not. But it is nice knowing for the price and everything, they did do a lot of consideration when designing this. We are staying in room 882.
And just remember, no matter
This is amazing. I know Jurassic Park isn't here, but I really just want to hear the do 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 do. It feels that grand. Okay, so from our room, if I go to this window all the way over here, you can of course see Dark Universe. I can see Monsters Unchained, Frankenstein Experiment Castle, Victoria Frankenstein's, Curse of the Werewolves. Doesn't look like it's running right now. And you have the fountains right here. And then over straight ahead, you have Super Nintendo World. You have the two newest hotels besides this one here, Luna and Stella over there. And then the carousel right in front of us. And continue on, almost over here. Oh, I can see Stardust Racers, it's going. Incredible. And then you can kind of see Paris over here, at least the entrance with the arch, but you can't really see beyond that here. But wow, this is truly amazing. All right, let's do a room tour. God, we're gonna be here just looking at this view the whole time. Okay, so with every door you have your peephole and you have your safety lock here. You have the ability to do your do not disturb. And then right here you have your lights that allow you to do on and off for everything. And then you also have drapes. Let's see. Oh, amazing. So the drapes will move. And then when you walk in, you have a mirror here, full length. Closet. An ironing board, a thing for your luggage, extra pillows, iron, and a good amount of hangers, and a safe. Okay. You move into the bathroom. You have a shower here, and there is a tub. The Science of Hair products. And you have that separate door here for as a water closet, so someone else could be getting ready. And you have a beautiful vanity here. I love the pale pink color. And the light fixtures here, it really does give like a otherworldly celestial feel. I love the gold accents. And you do have a makeup mirror as well. And a good amount of space here. More towels. Extra storage here. And they give you a face bar, shower cap, and some lotion. Yep, lotion. And moving on, you have here 2 queen beds. They do have king bed options, but we got 2 queens. Thermostat right here. Love this back wall. It feels very feminine here, and I really like it. Tons of pillows, and even a decorative pillow, which I feel like you don't see a lot in hotels. A lot of plugs here, different options. You don't have any space underneath the bed, so just be aware of that. So you'll have to store your luggage either in the closet or, I mean, there's ample space here for sure. And then you have your coffee and tea set here. Your mini fridge. It doesn't feel very cold. I'm not even sure it's on, to be honest. Extra storage here in your dresser. Ice bucket. And you just have some information here. There is an ice machine. It's located on every floor. You can do dry cleaning here and laundry. And I feel like it's a decent sized room. You have this huge couch here, another table, love that lamp, chair, and then a big window here, and then you also have some reading lights. Okay, so in terms of pillows, these pillows are so lush. They are so thick and full, but they also have that sinking in feeling. I can't wait to sleep on these. And the bed definitely has a sinking in feeling. It's not super duper soft, but I feel like it's a good mix of soft and firm, and I feel like it will satisfy the majority of people's needs. So yeah, that is the room tour. So this is a 2-queen park view room, and we are here the Friday through Sunday, a week after opening weekend, and we paid $583 a night. Yowza, it's a lot of money. But when you look at these views, and let's go do it one more time. Hit the drapes. Telling you, it's what it feels like. Took a little break, got ready, and now we are here at the rooftop bar Helios for drinks and some light bites. Bar Helios is a must visit in my opinion. The 360-degree bar under the astronomy-inspired dome is absolutely gorgeous. But why sit inside when you're on a rooftop? But of course, you don't come here for the drinks. Well, you should enjoy the drink, but you come here for this amazing view of Epic Universe, which is great in case you didn't want to splurge or you couldn't get a room with the park view. Come here on the rooftop and you have the best view. Okay, taking a look at the menu, we have some signature cocktails here, and they definitely seem a bit more unique and unusual. For example, they have a dill and olive oil infused Grey Goose with caper infused dry vermouth drink. And even their old fashioned looks like has tequila instead of bourbon. And then you have some food here. So it looks like a bunch of like tapas styles and appetizers. And you also have some seafood like oysters and bluefin tuna and a very expensive seafood tower, as well as some desserts. And then of course you have your bottled beers, draft beers, and wines. If you're looking for a really fun drink that the waiter recommended, he recommended the milk punch. Apparently it takes 3 days to make. So they put all the Angel's Envy and the tea and the lemon juice all in there, let it soak with the Greek yogurt for 3 whole days before serving it. So we're gonna get that and we're gonna try it. And then I also ordered just a normal old fashioned, just because I don't like tequila. So it is a full bar, our waiter told us. So if you see something that interests you but maybe not the right ingredients or mix, talk to them. They have a lot of options for you. It's just not as expecting. It is a clear substance after the 3 days. Oh, it smells incredible. Wow. There's so many flavors, I can't even. It's definitely a strong drink. Really good. Some sour notes to it. Not super sour. It's really good. I actually highly recommend this drink. Oh yeah. This is an excellent old fashioned. For food, we ordered a half dozen oysters, the spreads and meze, which is bread, olives, and a variety of dips, and the spring pea and chorizo croquette. The spreads and meze were the best of the 3 by far, but I'm a bread girly. And I was a bit disappointed in the oysters and the croquettes. The latter, which were warm and crunchy, I really only tasted the fried batter and no chorizo at all. And the price didn't match the quality of the food we experienced. I would most likely come here for a nightcap and eat somewhere else. And we did order dessert, the Under Smoke, which is chocolate mousse in a fancy presentation. I Definitely didn't realize the intense smoky smell and taste it would have. And I just happen to not like that smoke flavor, so it really wasn't for me. Very pretty though. And our server David was truly amazing, so shout out to him. And of course, the views are the clear winner of all. Even at night, coming home to this view is unreal. Just look at the lights. This park is truly a nighttime park. There are so many lights here in every land. How can I even go to sleep tonight? Because I just want to stare at it all night long. This has to be one of the best views you can get in any hotel room. Good morning, it's 7:15 and we are at the Aurora Market to pick up some breakfast before heading into Epic. We got the bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich as well as the chocolate croissant and then 2 Starbucks coffees. Everything was good and tasty. It tastes exactly like what you expect from like a Starbucks affiliate. Okay, it is 7:15, just got some breakfast from Aurora Market. And the line's definitely starting to form. It doesn't look too long yet. It looks maybe about like a 5-minute wait. So you don't have to get here, crack of dawn, but we are here 45 minutes early before it's gonna open. I would suggest getting some food and some coffee. 7:51 and we just got through security. Right when it started, I think we, like I said, waited maybe 5 minutes, which is great. And the park still hasn't even opened yet, so we are moving early. So I would make sure that you don't wait till the very last minute and don't get in line right at 8, but because they do seem to open early. Good morning, Epic Universe. Much brighter and prettier than yesterday morning when it was pouring rain. So let's talk about the pros and cons of staying here so that you can decide if it's worth the high price tag. So I paid $583 per night the weekend after opening weekend, and it comes with 2 queens and a park view. That's a lot of money. I understand there's a lot of perks with it, a lot of beautiful views with it, so let's talk about all those really fast. So the first pro, in my opinion, is this is a really good option if you're only doing Epic Universe. This hotel and this theme park are very separate from the other theme parks in City Walk. And so if you're going back and forth to those, you do have to use a bus, and it kind of takes a while. It took us about 45 minutes from start to finish yesterday morning or 2 mornings ago, which is a lot. So you have to kind of bake a lot of time in for your morning, which you're already doing really early for early entry over there. So if you're only doing Epic Universe, I think this is a great option. With that dedicated entrance right downstairs, you're going to be the first ones in the park. Even though the dedicated entrance is in the back of the park, you're still going to make it to Super Nintendo World or Stardust Racers before people in the front, just because they have a lot of space in the opening area where we don't have to, and we can go right there. And they let us in even earlier than they said before. So that's a big pro, probably the #1 pro here. And not only does it have the dedicated entrance, because it's really close, it's right in our backyard. If you want to take a midday nap or break or go to the pool, you can easily. You don't have to get on a bus. You don't have to do any walking. It is right here, which I think is a great option for families with kids that may need a nap. I think it's extremely convenient for that. And then another perk of this hotel is the pool. It is a true resort style pool. There are cabanas. There's like a lot of fun amenities and a lot of nice touches and surprises, like those frozen grapes, complimentary sunscreen, and infused water. I felt like it was very relaxing. I really enjoyed just the vibe there. Even though you are like right next to the theme park, you don't hear things. You don't feel like you're right next to it. Yes, there is a big show building, but there's also a lot of trees and palm trees that really hide and mask a lot of that. So you do feel like you're at a true resort. Only downside is there is no slide or like fun things for kids. There's no like play area or anything like that. So just be mindful of that. If your kids are really into pool days with slides or waterfalls or anything, they don't have that here. And I have to say, going back to the dedicated entrance and just being right here, it was really nice at the end of the night as we're exhausted, our feet are about to give up, our back's cranky, just walking and being in our hotel. So we left Epic Universe and we were back in our hotel 3 minutes. You don't have to do anything. I mean, it's right there. And I think that itself was so nice to have yesterday. Let's talk about the cons, because there kind of are a few. So it is a signature collection. So like Portofino Bay, Hard Rock, Royal Pacific, they're about the same price. But with those, you get unlimited express pass for Universal and Islands of Adventure every day of your stay, including your check-in and check-out. If you come here and you pay that same price tag, you're not getting express pass at all. Not for Universal, not for Islands, not for Epic, no unlimited express. And I think that's one of the major cons here, because you're used to one of those signature collections and paying that high price tag, you get that very, very amazing benefit that almost makes the fast pass and the hotel come out even sometimes, depending on the day. This, you don't get that. This is the newest hotel, but they also have other hotels here that are new. The Stella Nova and Luna Hotel for less than half the price of this one. And I think it's Stella that you can walk. There's a walking path from one of them to Epic Universe. So you do have a good direct path, and it is still close, just not as close. You don't get that dedicated entrance, but again, less than half the price of this one. So I talked about the pro about coming home after a long day, and it's right here. But something that I experienced last night that bummed me out was how thin the walls were. I heard kids screaming all around me, running up and down the hallway, yelling. I heard knocking at our door to the point where I went to go check to see who was there and realized when I was standing up, no one was at our door. It was actually the floor above. And I could hear that from my bed. So that is a con to me, because again, you're exhausted from the day, and then you're gonna have to deal with that depending on, the guests around you. So be aware of that. And then the last one, which could easily change in the future just because it's so new, is that if you are gonna go to Bar Helios, the rooftop bar, you do have to make a reservation in advance. You cannot just walk up even if you are a hotel guest. And I've heard that if you don't have a reservation to Bar Helios, you can't even go inside and take pictures and look at it. Again, that might have changed. We had a reservation, but just make sure you're gonna get one, especially for that one if you wanna go. So now that we talked about everything, do I think it's worth staying here? I think if you are a huge diehard theme park fan, Epic Universe, you're so excited, you're making a trip just for this, the first trip, I think you should. I think there are a lot of benefits with that early entry. It really worked out for us yesterday, being able to ride all the rides. We did have express, but I do think early entry, that 1 hour and being right here, you're gonna be the first ones at whatever ride or area you choose. I really think the hotel is beautiful. It's really cool to say you're in a hotel inside Epic Universe with that dedicated entrance. So yeah, I think it's worth maybe doing this once. Do I think it's worth coming back here for every trip that you take to Universal? Probably not, especially if you're only putting Epic as one of your days and you're doing Universal, Islands, Volcano Bay as other days. All of those are so far from here that I do think it's probably worth staying at a different resort. And if you're willing to pay this price, stay at one of the ones that gives you the unlimited express pass. That alone, especially because you get that for Universal and Islands, your check-in and check-out date, that is worth it to me. So hope that helps you. Overall, I'm glad we stayed here. It's a beautiful hotel. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I've been Kate from Vacay in One Day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.